Jeff Bezos makes $2.2 million every single hour. That includes when he's eating breakfast, when he's in the bathroom, and yes, even when he's fast asleep. While you're dreaming about paying off your student loans, Jeff is literally earning millions in his sleep. In fact, during his 8 hours of beauty sleep each night, Jeff Bezos makes $17.6 million. That's more money than 99% of humans will earn in their entire lifetime, and he gets it by being unconscious. Let me put this in perspective for you. The average person works for about 40 years and earns roughly $1.7 million over their entire career. Jeff Bezos makes that amount in 28 minutes. Not 28 hours, not 28 days, 28 minutes. While you're having lunch and scrolling through social media, Jeff has already outturned your entire working life. But let's get really crazy with this. If you could somehow live 100 lifetimes, that's working non-stop for 4,000 years, you still would unearn as much as Jeff makes while sleeping for just 1 year. Think about that. 4,000 years of human labor, and Jeff beats that by taking naps. His total net worth is $170 billion. This number is so large that your brain can't actually process it. It's not just big money. It's a complete breakdown of what money even means. Let me try to make this comprehensible, though honestly, it's impossible. If Jeff wanted to spend $1 million every single day, buying a mansion daily, purchasing super yachts weekly, collecting private jets like Pokemon cards, he would need 465 years to spend all his money. That's longer than the United States has existed as a country. Could have started spending $1 million a day. When Christopher Columbus discovered America and he'd just now be running out of cash. But here's where it gets absolutely ridiculous. While Jeff is busy spending that $1 million per day, his investments are still making him $6 million daily. So he'd actually get richer while trying to go broke. Like trying to drain a swimming pool with a teaspoon, while someone else is filling it with a fire truck. Let's talk about what $170 billion actually looks like. If you converted it all to $100 bills, it would weigh 1,700 tons, heavier than 10 blue whales. Stack those bills on top of each other and you'd have a tower 17,000 miles high that is most of the way to space. Ow. You'd need 34 Boeing 747 jets just to carry all that cash. Now here's a comparison that will melt your brain. If Jeff Bezos was born in the year 1 AD when Jesus was alive, and he earned $1 million every single day, including weekends, holidays during the dark ages, during the plague, during every war and disaster in human history, he would just now be reaching his current wealth level. That's 2,025 years of earning $1 million daily to match what he has today. Or think about it this way. Jeff makes more money in 1 second than minimum wage workers make in an hour. He makes more in 1 minute than most people make in a month. He makes more in 1 hour than most people make in a decade. These aren't exaggerations. These are mathematical facts that break your understanding of economics. The gap between Jeff Bezos and a regular millionaire is bigger than the gap between a millionaire and someone who's completely broke. If you lined up everyone in the world by wealth, Jeff would be so far ahead that he'd need his own separate planet just to fit on the chart.
Ow.
But here's what makes this even more insane. Jeff doesn't actually have $170 billion sitting in a checking account. Most of his wealth is Amazon stock, which means his net worth changes based on how well Amazon is doing. He can lose or gain $10 billion in a single day based on whether people like Amazon's quarterly earnings report. That's more money than most companies are worth, and it can vanish or appear based on investor mood swings. Let me give you some perspective on his spending power. Jeff could buy every professional sports team in America and still have money left over. He could purchase Harvard University, Yale, Princeton, and Stanford and use them as his personal book clubs. He could buy the entire country of Mongolia. Seriously. Their GDP is only $12 billion, which is pocket change for Jeff. Here's a fun one. If Jeff decided to tip every single Amazon employee $1 million each, he'd spend about $1.5 billion total. That sounds like a lot, but for Jeff, that's less than 1% of his wealth. It would be like someone with $10,000 in savings giving away $85. Generous, but not exactly life-changing for the giver. The most mind-bending part. Jeff's wealth grows faster than he can possibly spend it. even if he tried to waste money as quickly as possible, buying the most expensive everything, throwing cash out of airplane windows, literally burning money for fun, he'd struggle to spend it faster than it's growing. While we're talking about time, here's something that will hurt your brain. If you started counting Jeff's wealth at $1 per second, you'd need 5,400 years to finish. That's longer than recorded human history. You could start counting when humans first learned to write, and you'd still be counting today. But perhaps the most surreal comparison is this. Jeff Bezos has more money than the annual budget of 190 countries combined. He's not just rich among rich people. He's operating in a completely different economic reality where normal rules do not apply. The craziest part of all? While I've been explaining how impossibly wealthy Jeff Bezos is, which took about 5 minutes, he's made approximately $600,000. Just from me talking about his money, he's earned more than most people's annual salary. This isn't just wealth. This is economic power that approaches the level of entire nations. When Jeff makes business decisions, global markets move. When he tweets, stock prices change. When he decides to enter a new industry, entire sectors reorganize themselves around his presence. So the next time you're worried about money, just remember, Jeff Bezos makes your annual salary every 37 minutes, even when he's unconscious. Sweet dreams.